Welcome back to Bittersweet Tea 13. I am your mystic gifted oracle, the GEMSTAR, coming back once again to spill the tea with you. So hello and welcome back. I'm your mystic gifted oracle, the GEMSTAR, and these are messages from the Kettle. Keep in mind, these are new readings here on Bittersweet Tea 13. These are totally general readings. I'm not doing them with the zodiac signs. Pick your kettle, 1 through number 7. Spirit has 7 kettles piping and percolating. So we're going to take a sip from each kettle and see what story is playing out. So let's begin with messages from kettle number 1. If you're choosing messages from kettle number 1, let's see what's going on here. If you're joining us, we want to thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and being a part of our sacred space and allowing us to spend some time in yours, sipping tea with you. These are new readings on Bittersweet Tea 13. We call them Spirit's Messages from the Kettle, and these are completely, totally general readings. We're not doing zodiac signs, just general readings. Let's see what story is in each kettle. So pick your kettles from 1 through 7. And let's begin with the story or stories that are percolating in kettle number 1. Kettle number 1, the first situation I see going on here is one where we're having family problems. So the first story in kettle number 1, we're having family problems going on here, and we may need some family counseling at this time. So what I see here is that there is a father and son at odds. So there's a father and son at odds. It's like that story, 2 kings can't live under the same castle, 2 queens can't rule over the same castle. So here, the young man, the son is becoming a young man, feeling certain entitlements, wanting to stand on his own 2 feet, and he wants to be recognized for the young man he is and doesn't want to be treated like a child. So there's a situation where we have a father and son at odds. They're having confrontations. There's sadness and tears and feelings of helplessness and insecurity between a father and son. And I see mom trying to stay out of it and trying to let father and son deal with this situation. But mom is upset, dad is upset, and it seems like the son has moved away. So the son has moved out of the house. This is broken mom's heart. This is making dad upset. But the son left because he's a young man now and he wants to have his own. He wants to have his own. And in this situation, the son can also have a child. And this is why mom and dad are very upset. If the son has moved out, and this is a single parent I see here. So we have a young man who's raising a child on their own, who was living with their parents, but father and son have started bumping heads. Okay, so father and son are having arguments and disagreements at this time. So son has left the house with the grandbaby, and this is breaking grandma's heart. Grandpa is upset, but there is a needing to heal emotionally between father and son, because this sadness is actually causing someone depression. Maybe even physical ailments are showing up. So there's a parent here that's very depressed over a child that's abroad, that's away. They've left home because they can't see eye to eye. The other parent is feeling helpless in this situation. And mom is hoping that maybe a short break, maybe this separation can help heal the rift between father and son. Maybe if they do take a break, they can heal this situation. Now, grandbaby, the grandbaby here, I don't know if you already started noticing that they're very intuitive. So the grandbaby, the son's child, is very intuitive. And as they get older, the family will begin to see that the child sees things other people don't. So there's a very intuitive child in kettle number 1 here. The child is with the dad. The dad has left home because they're not getting along with grandpa. Grandma is hoping and praying that these two men can heal this situation for the grandbaby's sake. Okay? So grandma is talking to grandpa about the grandbaby because there's worry and concern. And grandma's feeling depressed since the grandbaby's left home. Grandpa's feeling depressed. Grandma is talking to grandpa to try to heal this situation with the son so that the son can come back home. All right? So in kettle number 1, the first story I see here is that father and son are having a disagreement. There's a grandbaby in the picture. Son has packed up, left home. Grandma and grandpa are depressed, worried about the grandbaby, worried about the son. Grandma is hoping that father and son can fix this. But we're feeling helpless and pessimistic right now because the confrontation between father and son have been many. And when they try to have heart-to-heart conversations, it's two egos going at it. So all hell breaks loose. So we need a third party here to help mediate the situation, a family counselor, therapist, a matriarch, another matriarch or patriarch in the family, a priest, someone else to help the father and son communicate better. Because right now, every time they're communicating, it gets into a big argument and a fight because the son doesn't want to feel treated like a child. They want to get treated like a young man, but the father is saying you have certain responsibilities. You know, there's more to being a man than just making babies. And this is causing a confrontation here. And son, it says, well, then I'll move out. I'll move out and I'll show you. So the son is here with the chip on the shoulder, wanting to prove to dad that he can handle, he can be a man. He can be a man. He can raise this child alone. He doesn't need to be told how to be a parent or how to be a man. So this is what's going on between father and son. It can be for any reason, but that's the reason that's coming out here, is that the son doesn't feel like the father is treating him with respect or like a man. He's talking down to him or making him feel less than, making him feel like he can't handle the situation that he's in at this time. And the son is like, well, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to move out and I'm going to show you. But this has made grandma upset. Grandpa is standing his ground. Grandpa is stubborn. Father is stubborn here. Won't listen to reasoning at this time because he feels the son is wrong. But that's what's going on in the first kettle. Another story that's coming out in the first kettle. There's a second story in the first kettle. There's a situation here between husband and wife where wife is pregnant, but not from hubby. She's pregnant from a younger gentleman. And hubby has found out, and hubby has asked her to stop talking to him. But this young man, even though he's backed off a little, he's going to start communicating because he wants this baby. Okay? There's a second story here. There's a husband and wife. Husband just found out wife is pregnant, but wifey is not pregnant from hubby. She's pregnant from this young guy here. Now, hubby is telling wifey to stay away from this guy, her lover, to stay away from her lover until she has this baby. Because the husband wants to know if it's his or the young guy's. But in this story, it looks like it's the young guy's baby. But since the husband is doubting, has doubts, okay, they're in shock. They don't want to believe it. They're heartbroken. This has been painful. This has been painful for the husband. And they're having a hard time letting go of wife. So they don't want to divorce wife. They don't want to separate from wife. They want to wait till wifey has the baby so that we can take a DNA test and we can find out whose baby it is. Because it looks like husband wants to stay with wife. He wants her in the house. He wants to save the relationship. He wants to save the marriage. How this turns out, mamma mia, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Because, you know, we got to wait till the baby's born. But as of now, husband says, no, stay away from him. Stop seeing him. Stop talking to him. Wait till the baby is born. And when the DNA proves that it's not my baby, I guess you guys will talk about it then. I guess this couple will discuss that at a later date. But as of now, wifey is to stay home and stop seeing her lover. But the lover is not going to want to stay away. The lover is going to take a break while things settle down, okay? While things calm down, while things settle down, he's going to stay away. But once the dust settles, he's going to communicate with her. He cannot communicate with her because he's thinking about the baby. He's thinking about, she's pregnant. It's my baby. And when he communicates, when he tries to communicate with her, there's going to be a confrontation between husband and lover. So that's the second story playing out in Kettle number 1. The first story is we have a father and son at odds. The son has a baby. It's proving he's a man here. And to do that, he's moved out because the father and him can't see eye to eye. Mom is all upset. Mom is hoping that a break would make them see things clearer and then come back. She wants the son and the grandchild to come back home. The second story is we have a husband and wife. Wife is pregnant from a young guy. Husband has found out. Husband is saying, you can't leave. You got to stop seeing him. Stop talking to him until the baby is born. And there's proof, there's DNA that the baby is not mine. But young lover is not going to stay away for long. They're going to stay away for some time, but they're not going to stay away long. They're going to confront hubby because he wants to know what's going on with his mistress, with wifey over here. He wants to know about the baby. Is she going to keep it? Is she going to have it? Does she know if it's his? So yeah, the young guy wants communication. The woman is not communicating because the husband told her she better not. She don't want to get hubby even more upset. So she's trying to stay away from the young dude. But he's coming. He's coming. So they better bear themselves. Now, he's going to come in there. This young guy is coming back all brave with this false bravado going on. But he's really depressed. So for now, this young guy is manning up. He's being tough, but he's going to break down. He's going to break down because he's getting depressed because he can't talk to his mistress. He can't talk to her. He doesn't know what's going on with the pregnancy, and he wants to know. And her husband wants privacy right now. He wants the lover to stay away. Okay. Woo! Let's see what's going on in Kettle number 2. What story is playing out in Kettle number 2? A kettle might give me one story. A kettle might give me 2 stories. A kettle might just give me half a story. So let's see what Kettle number 2 has. If you've chosen Kettle number 2, let's see what's going on here. Okay, I see a situation here in Kettle number 2. And the relationship that's popping up here is one of an older woman with a younger man. Okay? So if you're older than your partner, this story in Kettle number 2 may or may not resonate. Now, this younger person that you're dating should not be trusted. So if you're an older woman dating a younger man, this man is a false person. This man is very deceptive. This man likes to cheat. They wine and dine other women. They wine and dine other women. And they're very jealous. They're a very jealous individual. And sometimes you may feel like you're sleeping with the enemy. For some of you dating this younger person, this person may have a rap sheet, meaning they may have been already incarcerated in the past. So there's a younger woman dealing with a younger man here who's probably already been incarcerated in the past. This person is not to be trusted. This person is not to be trusted. Let's see why this person, they're not to, yeah, they're a fox in the hen house. They keep a lot of secrets. They're not to be trusted. And they're looking at you like a treat, like a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. Okay, so if you're a person dating someone younger, then this person is looking at you like a sugar daddy, like a sugar mama. When they see you, their eyes start glowing and shining. Because they want what you can provide. Financially, security, stability. And that's why they're there. And keep an eye on your personal belongings and your valuables, because they may go missing with this person. Once again, in the second kettle, there's an older woman dating a younger man who's already have a rap sheet or previously has been incarcerated. This person is not to be trusted. They're not to be trusted. They're cheaters. They go out, they drink, they mingle, they hang out with their friends. The story is when they're out on the town is that they're single or they're in a relationship, but it's not serious. Okay, they're looking for new, fresh meat. So this person is not to be trusted. And this person actually, when they go out, they overdrink or they overdo it on drugs and alcohol, and they wind up in the clinker. So if this person hasn't already been incarcerated in the past, this person will get incarcerated because they're coming out of places drunk or driving drunk. And they're too drunk, they're belligerent, they're staggering in the street, they're slurring their words. This is going to catch the attention of an officer, and boom, they're going to get locked up. And then they're going to seek your forgiveness, especially if they need bail money. Okay, because they look at you as a piggy bank, as a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. If this person gets in trouble with the law and they get locked up, they're looking for you for some bail money. You better believe that. They're going to call you. You're going to be the first call. That one call that they give them, you're going to be that one call. And they're going to be like, please forgive me. Could you send me some bail money? Can you come bail me out? You are caught up in a lover's triangle. This person fools around, cheats, date other people, but when push comes to shove, when they're in trouble, you're the one they call because they can't count on their other mistresses or lovers. And they need to confess this. All right? So, for those of you that are not dealing with the incarceration issue, you're still dealing with the cheating issue. All right? So there's two situations going on here. There's someone here who dates someone young, who drugs, sex, and rock and rolls out of control. They get in trouble with the law, and then they call you, seeking you out to bail them out. There's another situation here where there's an older woman dating a younger man who is cheating on her, and they need to confess, and they need to come clean about this, because the older woman here, she has intuition, okay? And she's finding out about your friends, about this guy's friends, his social life, looking on social media. So she's gonna see the receipts. She's gonna catch it. She's gonna confront this younger guy. I know you cheating on me. I have the receipts. Confess, admit to it. But like Shaggy would say, it wasn't me. Okay? This person is gonna be like, it wasn't me. I don't know. That photo is doctored. That's Photoshop. That's Photoshop. It's doctored. It's fake news. It's fake news, honey. It's fake news. But you're going to keep insisting. The older woman here is going to keep insisting that these are not friends. That these are his lovers and his mistresses, his booty calls, his friends with benefits. And he's going to have to fess up. He's going to have to fess up. For another group, someone is getting incarcerated for acting like a fool. And they're going to be reaching out to you for money. For money to bail them out. Let's see what's going on in Kettle number 3. What's going on in Kettle number 3? Spirit, what's percolating in your Kettle number 3? What's going on in Kettle number 3? Someone in Kettle number 3 is receiving good news from someone who's far away. So there's some invitation or some communication coming from someone who's far away. This person may be in the military. This person may be away at school. They most likely, the ones that are showing up here, are seeking higher honors or higher knowledge abroad. So someone is away for education or for business. And you're going to hear from this person. Now, if you're a parent and a child, it looks like there's a situation here where mom gets a report card, but it's fake. It's fake. Someone is really failing at school and doesn't want to tell mom. All right? So they've been falsifying letters from school or report cards or grades, or maybe even the amount of tuition. But I see someone's child who's away at college, especially if you provide for them financially. They've been telling you that they've been doing well, and the truth is that they're not. They're not. And they're taking the money that you send them to party with their college friends. And, you know, if you have a son, he's being put on to the wrong path by a young lady in school. So in the third kettle, the first story, the first situation I'm seeing here is that there's a parent providing financial aid to their child away at school. And as a parent, you work hard, you're making sacrifices to send money to your child, but your child is being irresponsible with this money because of the friends that they're hanging out with or the person that they're dating. But the circle that they're in is a bad crowd, okay? The circle that they're hanging out with, the cliques that they're hanging out with, the clubs that they've gotten themselves involved with at college, away, are leading them down an irresponsible path. You know, these kids can be way better off financially or grade-wise, where they can get away with skipping a couple of classes or taking breaks or whatever they're doing, but your child wants to look cool, okay? They want to fit in, they want to belong, and they're getting into things that they really shouldn't be getting into. And they're having you're a tough parent. The parent that's coming up in this reading is very, very tough and strict, a perfectionist, is very critical, judges harshly sometimes, can judge harshly at times, but is very critical and a perfectionist, the parent that's coming out here. And this is why the child is afraid to tell mom or dad, you know, that they're messing up in school, that they're messing up on their grades. You know, they're hanging out with the wrong clique, or they're getting emotionally involved with the wrong person, and they're being irresponsible with their schoolwork as well as the money that you send them. So the money that you send them is either being spent on this boyfriend or girlfriend that they have, or hanging out with their friends. That's the story in the third kettle. Let's see what's going on in the fourth kettle. So the third kettle was for a parent who's dealing with their child away at college, being irresponsible with money and hurting their grades and their prospects. So get on that. Let's see what's going on in kettle number 4. If you've chosen kettle number 4, what's going on here? Kettle number 4. Okay. Ooh. In kettle number 4, we have a child custody issue going on here. This is either something that has to do with child support or child custody. Child support or child custody. Kettle number 4. We're waiting to hear the decision, or we're waiting on a court date to discuss child support and child custody. And this is stressing someone out. Someone is tortured with worry and stress. They feel like they're holding the weight of the world on their shoulders. They're having sleepless nights, night terrors, having nightmares, can be numbing themselves by drinking alcohol and having hangovers. Someone is even having difficulty controlling their temper. So someone is here is on self-destruct mode because they're separated from their child at this time and waiting to have visitation rights, waiting to have a court date, waiting to handle child support. There's a waiting period here. And during this waiting period, a parent is separated from their child. And it seems like they're going to stay separated from their child until this court date happens. Now I see that one parent is trying to co-parent and have a conversation with the other parent, trying to handle things out of court. Okay, so one parent is trying to handle things out of court. They want you to come over, talk to them, discuss this, and the other parent, no, doesn't want to discuss this, doesn't want to come back home, and we have our day in court. So we have one parent saying, you'll have your day in court, and the other parent is saying, can't we handle this out of court? The one that's trying to handle things out of court is stressed out. They're stressed out. Okay, they're having serious problems because they can't sleep. They're having nightmares. They're full of stress, worry, anxiety. They're constantly thinking about this. It's on their mind day and night, day and night. It's making them depressed, sad. And they're such in a bad mood that when they deal with other people, they come off aggressive or harshly. Other people may see them as violent or angry. Okay? So this is really hurting the parent that wants to handle things out of court, because this is stressing them out to the point where now it's just messed with them, where they can't even function at work or in public because they're such in a bad mood that every time they rub up against someone, they're coming off really ugly, really nasty, and really rude. Okay? So they have to talk to a counselor, a therapist, talk to their family, their friends, but they've got to find a way to handle this thing better. Because the person who is saying, I'll see you in court, the relationship is over for them. There's no coming back home for the other parent. They're like, no, I want a divorce, or this relationship is over. Let's deal now with child support and visitation rights and child custody, because this relationship is done and over with. So maybe the one that wants to handle things out of court wants to save the relationship because the other one is saying, no, it's over. This is a divorce, or this relationship is done and over with. I don't want to be with you anymore. This is cross deep depression and sadness. For the one that wants to handle it out of court. But the other partner is like, I'm sorry, there's no saving this relationship, but we're going to have to co-parent because we have a child together. So I'll see you in court. Until then, leave me alone. Let's see what's going on in Kettle number 5. Let's see what's going on in Kettle number 5. Kettle number 5. What's percolating in your kettle? Keep in mind that these readings are general. We're seeing what stories Spirit has percolating in his 7 kettles. We're not reading per zodiac sign. So kettle number 5. Let's see what's going on. This kettle number 6. All right, let's see what's going on in this kettle. Kettle number 5. Ooh. Oh, kettle number 5. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, no. Kettle number 5. This is really bad. Okay. So there's literally somebody here getting robbed. Okay? You can walk into your house and see your living room a disaster. But someone here is getting robbed by someone they know. You know this thief. You know the person who is robbing someone else or who's robbing you. Or there can be a friend or a family member that has gotten locked up for breaking and entering. Okay? So here we have breaking and entering, someone getting robbed, but someone knows the thief. Okay? Someone knows this thief. And if the thief is a family member or lover or someone you know, then it breaks your heart to know that they're locked up or they're getting locked up for breaking and entering. This person is a wallflower. This person, this thief, when they're around, you hardly even know when they're around. They're very quiet. They stay in the background. But that's so they can be invisible. So invisible that you forget that they're in the room. So be careful, kettle number 5, if you're throwing an event or a party, the person who's not interacting or mingling is in a corner and seems to just disappear out of the room. Go looking for that person because they can be somewhere in the house stealing. For others of you, it is not you getting robbed, but someone you know robbing someone else, and you finding about it through the grapevine, about their incarceration. Okay? So this person wants to live the life of luxury, but doesn't want to work for it. They feel like if I see a nice fancy house, I can just go in there. There's probably a safe or jewelry. Or this person likes to live the life of luxury. Okay, I can see someone hot wiring a car or breaking into a luxury home, someone's vacation home that's empty. Okay, but this person knows the place they're robbing, or they know who they're robbing. Okay, they know who to rob, or they know how to scout out places to rob. And they want to consider themselves a very good thief, and maybe they've gotten away with it in the past, but they won't be getting away with it now. They will not be getting away with it now. So if you hear of someone you know planning a burglary, then talk them out of it, because they may have had a lucky rabbit's foot in the past, but they won't have one now. Let's see what's going on in kettle number 6. If you've chosen kettle number 6, what's going on in kettle number 6? What's percolating in your kettle? Whoo, yes, money, 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 money. Money! There's money. Money. You got a golden kettle. You got the golden kettle if you chose Kettle number 6. And this money is going to change your life. I don't know if you're hitting a scratch off, if you're hitting the lotto, if someone is leaving you an inheritance, or you just landed the job of a lifetime. But Kettle number 6, you're going to get very lucky when it comes to money matters. All right? And this is going to change your life. You are celebrating, you are packing your bags, and you are moving. You are moving far away. So Kettle number 6, you're coming into some money. You're coming into some money. And this money is it's enough money to change your life. It's enough money to travel, to live abroad, to purchase a new home, but make big purchases and move away. I see you moving away and making big purchases. For some of you, it's an older gentleman who's gifting you this money, whether they're passing on or whether you've helped them accomplish something, you've helped them in something, but there's an older gentleman giving someone a fat check here because you've helped them, you've assisted them, you have been supportive, a good colleague, a teacher. You know, this is like when you have a grateful student and that student makes themselves a success in life and they thank a teacher or a professor and they gift them with a home or with money. Someone, it can be reversed. It can be a mentor gifting you something. But what I see here is Kettle number 6 getting a fat check and moving away. There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of wealth. So it's not a small check, guys. Number 6 is not a small check. It's a hefty check. Big enough to change your life. So this can be a mega job change, a house move, people coming from abroad. It can be someone you know who comes into money and who comes visits you and gives you some of the money. But either way, you're welcoming money. Kettle number 6. There's some abundance in Kettle number 6. Either you're hitting the lotto or somebody's gifting you money. You're coming into a lot of money. It could be a good job. You could have just sold a home, okay? Or you could have sold something, won something, or being given something of great value. Let's see what's going on in Kettle number 7. If you've chosen Kettle number 7, let's see what's going on for those that have chosen Kettle number 7. What story is playing out for you? Okay, in Kettle number 7, someone feels like they've gotten their heart stolen away from them. So someone in Kettle number 7 was deeply in love, had very high expectations in a relationship, but you weren't rewarded in this relationship. It was unrequited. The love was unrequited. And you feel like this person just got up, left, and stole your heart away. Stole your heart away. Now, some of you may be wondering, those here where you feel like you got your heart stolen by someone. This person has left the building, has left the relationship because they felt suffocated, trapped, and controlled in the relationship. So your loving was suffocating for them. Your loving came off as codependency or neediness. And that's why they chose to leave the relationship and go with someone else. Okay, so in kettle number 7, we have a heartbreak in this kettle. And this kettle's heart is breaking because what seemed to be a good relationship at one time, there was a lot of success in this relationship. You were getting along well. It seems like your wishes was coming true. You expected a lot from this relationship. Maybe you expected too much of this person. High expectations. You had too many expectations, too much expectations with this person. You loved them more than they loved you. It looks like. Because I see you deeply in love with this person. You even wanted to have a child with this person. So you were deeply in love with this person. You wanted to have a child. You wanted to get married and have a child with this person. So in number 7, you wanted to get married, have a child, move into a new home with them. You wanted everything with them. And then, oh yeah, no, this person is hard to tie down. They can't live without their friendships. They can't live without their party life. They can't leave their single life behind. So even when they get in a relationship, they continue as if they're living a single life. And you wanted commitment. You wanted too much commitment. You wanted the real deal. You wanted to get married, have children, buy a home together. You wanted everything with this person. And while you guys were just dating and things were nice and light and breezy and easy and there wasn't no engagement, we weren't talking about engagement or marriage or future or children. Everything was fine. But once you started telling them engagement, marriage, children, this became too much for them. And they started missing their freedom, their single life, their friends. They're like, oh no, I don't want this. I don't want this. My happiness is having freedom, having my freedom. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to be committed. But you want commitment. And you're a faithful partner. You're a loyal partner. You're a loving partner. And you work with the problems and the sorrows in your relationships. You're mature about your relationships. You know you're going to have highs and lows. And maybe you have forgiven their infidelity in the past, or you deal with their in and out or their hot and coldness. But this person is like, no, if you're staying in this relationship with me and you're putting up with my cheating, or you're putting up with my drinking, or you're putting up with my partying, if you're putting up with my free single ways within this relationship in hopes that if you wait around long enough, I will settle down and get married, then you're wasting your time. Okay? You're wasting your time. Yeah, because they have options. They have choices. They have options. They have choices. And that's where the party's at for them. But you want together forever. And staying with them, you will only be taking a chance because they like keeping their options open. This is a person that even if you convince them to marry you, even if they would marry you, you have to be worried about their cheating and their straying, because this person, they love the single life, the party life, the different partners. They enjoy that. That's what makes them feel alive, you know? And what makes you feel alive is marriage, building a family, building something solid. And they're like, no, they think they're going to be young forever, honey. You are with a vampire, number 7. They think they have life eternal. And while they're on that mindset, as long as they think that they have life eternal, they're going to keep involving you in lovers triangles. And better than you know now, better than you see what they are now and know now, then after you put that ring on and have a baby, because guaranteed this person will cheat on you. Will cheat on you. They'll even cheat on you while you're pregnant. That's the type of person this person is. They like their freedom. They don't like to be told what to do. They don't like to be restricted. They come and go as they please. And they give you what they want. Not what you need. They give you what they want. Thank you once again for joining me for these completely, totally general readings. Spirit calls messages from the kettle. He has 7 kettles percolating, each kettle with its own story. Choose your kettles 1 through 7 and see if the story resonates with you or someone close to you, and let them know all about messages from the kettle. So thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, being a part of our sacred space, allowing us into yours. Be well, stay blessed, and until we sip tea again, mad love. Ciao.